This is the opportunity to recognize the people who make this a wonderful community, make this the community it is today. The people who give of themselves, who lead others, who show the example in how to be a great community supporter. So thank you for joining us here today. And one of those great supporters we're going to mention next. In 2008, the Community Foundation introduced the award for Outstanding Corporate Philanthropy. The award recognizes an organization that consistently helps reinforce the community by making intelligent use of its own strengths and social capital. We are delighted that this year's award recipient is Bigham Jewelers. For Kathy Bigham, philanthropy has always been a family affair. Her grandmother deeply ingrained in her the belief to, quote, always be charitable. Kathy has on her desk, to this day, a framed $2 bill, there it is, not negotiable, I must add, that you can see here on the screen from her uncle Bill Wartzman, a prominent Ohio businessman, reinforced Grandma Wartzman's advice to always be charitable. Together with Gary Bigham, Kathy has incorporated philanthropy into their business plan and has taken a well thought out approach to giving back that includes generously donating staff, expertise, and time, conference rooms, as well as gift certificates and merchandise to local charities for their events. Their kind and generous practices have earned Bigham Jewelers countless plaques, certificate, and heartfelt letters and notes of thanks. Now it is our turn to thank you as well. Please join me in recognizing Bigham Jewelers. Accepting the Outstanding Corporate Philanthropy Award is Kathy Bigham.
Hello. Unfortunately, my Indians didn't do as well as your Cubs. Next time. I'm honored to be with you all here today. Gary and I are delighted and humbled and really couldn't be more grateful. When we founded Bigham Jewelers 21 years ago, we were determined to be successful, but we always wanted to integrate what my grandma Wartzman always told me, which was to always be charitable, as you see with the $2 bill. My grandmother was not a woman of financial means, but she was a shining example of putting others first, and I know each of you do that here in the room. We asked ourselves when we first started here in business, what can we do? How can we learn about the charities here locally? Where do we start? For us, it really started with getting to know the people that were involved with the local charities and really what they did. We've always been youth and family focused, and we really wanted to support that mission. But I remember one instance where I was sitting in the audience during the Immokalee Foundation's banquet, and a young man came up to the podium, and he was the first in his family to be able to go to college. And it really touched me. And he got up and he gave a speech that I'll always remember, where he shared that he was going to go off to college and he was going to learn, then he was going to get a job and he was going to earn, and then he was going to return and make a difference here in our community. When I did sit in the audience and I heard that, it really continued to motivate me to do more for our community. And as you know, it's incredibly difficult in this town to make choices with charity. There's so many wonderful charities to participate in. We really appreciate some of the charity leaders that could be here with us today. It's been a pleasure to work with you. I have Myra Daniels here today and Joanne Ward for Latchkey League, Mary Osborne for the Boys and Girls Club of Collier County, Kathy Boltz for Christ Child Society, Val Trotman for the Funtime Early Childhood Academy. Our original focus was on youth organizations when we started, but the exceptional skill and dedication and passion of Dr. Jacqueline Pfeffer and Dr. Debbie Lux and Sean Lux motivated us to add the needs of seniors and veterans to our giving priorities. We thank you for opening our eyes to those moving causes. In the past, you may recall working with me or with Gary Bigham on many of your charities. Today, many of you are working with Dr. Ursula Fall. Ursula, would you please stand up? Ursula is our angel, and for those of you who know her or have had the pleasure of working with her, I know you'll agree with me. Even though Gary and I review and approve every charitable request, Ursula is the one who makes it all happen. Just ask anyone who knows her. We know how amazing she is. Thank you, Ursula, for all that you do for Bigham Jewelers and for our community. It's a joy to work with you. We warmly congratulate our fellow honorees. It's humbling to be in your company, and we sincerely thank the Community Foundation's board for considering Bigham Jewelers for this prestigious honor. Thank you.